Hi everybody, I'm back. This is Mary and we're going to do another project with paint or markers. This one is really easy. All you need is watercolor paints and some cotton swabs like Q-tips or just some markers, either way, and a piece of paper. Okay, I'm using the paper that I started in my other video where I was showing you how to duplicate or trace something. So I did a bunny, if you remember, if you saw that one. I'm going to go ahead and finish this bunny using a technique called Pointillism. Pointillism was kind of well known back in the late 1800s, and it is a painting done with tiny little dots, and from far away, I'll show you this. Far away, it looks like just a normal painting. But if you look very closely, you'll see all the little dots of color. Okay, so we're going to do that today. And any age can do this. If you're using a marker, any weight of paper will work, like printer paper. If you're using watercolors, a little bit thicker is nice, although you're not using that much water. So you might be able to just use printer paper for that too. So anyway, I filled in the head of my bunny with brown paint and then very watery red paint because I wanted it to look more pinkish. And then to do the bunny's eye and nose and mouth, I just used a marker because it has a smaller tip than this. Now, if you want a smaller tip and you're using these, one thing you can do is kind of just pull off some of the cotton like this. If you do that, you'll have to dip it in the paint a little more often because that cotton does hold a lot of water. So just like that. Okay, I'm using this side, so I'm using the big dots. So if you're using watercolor, make sure you pick the colors you're going to be using and add some water to the top. All right, and let it get soft. I'm going to actually do a little more on my brown because it's getting dry. And I think I'm going to try, I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to try giving him a white belly. So I actually have white watercolors. Not all watercolors come with white, but mine does. All right, so I'm going to take the brown first, dip it in the water, get it wet. Dip it in my brown paint, which is already watery. And then I'm just going to dot like this. Want to leave a little space. If you find that the dots are too light, then you dip it again in the paint because it might be a little bit watery. Neat thing about this is you can mix colors. You can also, if you want shading, which we'll talk about in another lesson, certain parts a little darker than the other, you can use less water and those dots will dry a little bit darker. Okay, so just proceed to do the whole bunny. And this one was sketched out first, but you don't need to sketch it. You don't need to draw it first. You can just do shapes, or you can do whatever. Let's say you're doing a tree. You can visualize the tree in your head and then just put the dots where you think they belong. That's what's cool about this. Does not have to be perfect. Art never has to be perfect because it's whatever you like to do. It's your expression of yourself, which makes it extra nice. For this guy, I'm thinking, because there's so much brown on here, that I'll probably do a little outline with the black marker. We'll see when I get that far. But you can go pretty fast. And so every time I'm ready to dip it again, those brown spots are getting a little bit lighter. Whoa, these are really dark. But that's okay. This is fun for even preschoolers to do. They'll enjoy it. I said you don't even have to draw anything. Just playing around with the colors on the paper is fun. Now, if you do mix colors, or you want a different area, a different color, let the first layer dry first. And if you're using markers, I'm not sure how that will work with doing one color on top of the other, but you could do it and then take a picture and send me. And I'd love to see how that looks. If you, let's say you did a yellow marker first, and then and after a minute or two, then you do blue on top. Will it turn, what color makes yellow and blue? If you say green, you're right. So, I think we should do a little activity on mixing colors too. Okay, now there's a small part on his side, right over there. So I'm going to use the other end of this Q-tip, the one I pulled some of the cotton off of, just to get into that little spot. Well, that worked pretty well. Yeah, I'll show you. Okay, it made smaller dots. So I'm going to do the other side with the bigger dots here, and then we'll see what happens if I try to do white on the belly under there. Hope you're having a good day. And maybe if you had snow, you got to go play in the snow. The weather this weekend is supposed to be more spring-like again, which is great. I think we're all ready for spring. I like that noise of the Q-tip hitting the paper. There we go. And rabbit with the chicken pox. Probably most of you don't know what that is, but it used to be an illness that you'd get usually when you were a child. And then they came out with a shot for it, so kids don't have to suffer through chicken pox anymore. Well, I'm going to do a little bit of brown down on the bottom here, and then the rest I'm going to try with the white. So this is what I have. And then this little area here is kind of his underside or his belly. So we'll try that with white. So I need a new Q-tip or swab for that. And my white is nice and soft because I put water in it. And I'll probably have to dip it often because I want it to be able to see the white. This paper, on a white piece of paper, that wouldn't show up, but this paper's kind of that yellowish cream color. So hopefully you'll be able to see this. All right, let's see. Okay, so now all I'm going to do to finish this guy, I'm going to outline him. Try to see, do I want to, I think I'll outline in dots rather than a straight line, but they're going to be really small dots because this marker has a point on it. If you have a marker that doesn't have a really tiny point, they'll be bigger dots, but that's fine too. So you'd pick a subject you'd like to draw. You can do the tracing thing we did the other in the other video, or you can just freehand it. Freehand means that you just draw it without any kind of anything on the paper. And you can even look at a picture and try to copy that by looking. That's always fun. The more you do that, the better you get at drawing. The more you practice shapes, the better you get at looking at things with shapes rather than just the whole figure. Okay, we'll do a video with shapes too. So hopefully you're having fun with this. And please, please, please send in what you've made to me. Okay, here's the email. Parents, I don't need to share their full name if that's a concern, But I would love to see what people are doing. And if you don't want me to share it on my YouTube channel, just let me know. I still love to see. Kids' art is beautiful. Maybe you're even getting a parent to do this with you, which makes it extra, extra fun. Getting a lot of family time in these days. Okay. Well, he's not quite done, but I'm going to show you what I have so that you can then go ahead and finish yours. So far, I got some of the outline done over on this side. Okay, does he look like a leopard bunny? Kind of. All right. So good luck with that project. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you'll have a good time making some of these. All right, I will see you next time. Have a good day.